Welcome to Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John.
It's shake and bake time.
Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated fireworks technicians. This is Last Night's Coffee, episode number 204. Got it right this week, John. I'm Chuck, a.k.a. Captain Grumpy. That's my new moniker.
That's right.
Dude, we're back. We've had a big 4th of July weekend.
Yes,
and
sir.
Things are about to, it's on. It is on like Donkey Kong. Summer is halfway over. We're like 7 Saturdays to freaking Georgia football.
Yep.
Oh,
Getting into those dog days of summer now.
yes.
You know what I mean? The dog days of summer, dude, those are rough. Those are upon us.
Yeah. So,
But you know what? If we just live our lives a quarter mile at a time, I think we'll be all right.
I've tried that. I tried it.
I think we'll
Found
be
it.
all right, man.
I'm more suited for the 8th mile.
I think I'm really starting to turn a corner in that, just living my life a quarter mile at a time. I really think I'm coming around on that. I'm really starting to turn the corner.
I was sitting there thinking this morning that, because the preacher preached on, whatever situation you're in,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's somebody else's fault or your fault, whatever that situation is,
Mm-hmm.
that's where God's got you in that situation
Yeah.
for whatever,
Yeah, but that's so tough because then you're like, what about the girls at the camp in Texas?
I know that is a tough one.
Because it's like
sometimes
that's
you
a hard
make
one.
that decision that puts you in that.
Sure.
And but whatever reason, we can't. I don't know. It's like why's your grandparents pass away, but Nancy Pelosi's still alive,
Right. And rich.
and rich. You know what I mean? It's like,
Because she's Medusa.
yeah. But anyway, I was thinking about, man, I've had some cool times in my life.
Yeah.
I've had some wild, I've had fun. I'm having
Yes.
fun. I've had fun this weekend.
For sure, man. This weekend was really a great time. I love summertime. I love 4th of July. We talk about this every year, but it's our favorite holiday. Because it doesn't get much better than hot sun, a barbecue grill, fireworks, all the music, like and just celebrating the freedom and thinking about and really pondering about those things that, like we talked about last week, those 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds fought for way back in the day. Like what
Way
those
back in the
guys
day.
were going after,
Yeah, I mean, you take a moment while you're watching the fireworks and you think about that.
Yeah. I've really been thinking about that Star Spangled Banner. I've really been thinking about that since you sent it to me, man.
Yeah, so that's
Can you see it? Is it still there?
Is it still there? I think I'm putting a flagpole up in my front yard near where I do the fireworks, so I get that effect during our fireworks.
Dude, are you going to go all red for a little while? You're going to have you got to have like a red section.
Possibly. I still don't know how to pick fireworks out.
In the show, you got to have like a tiny, at least like a 30 second, maybe 1 minute section where it's all red so you can get your photographs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I did not take a single picture myself during the fish fry fireworks extravaganza.
That's fantastic. That means you were engaged.
I was in the moment. Of course, I cooked for the first hour.
Right.
And dude, it was so funny. I had my captain's hat on. You saw the pictures.
Of course.
And my Uncle Glenn, we've talked about Uncle Glenn on the podcast. He's coming to help cook. Walks up to the table, goes, "All right, Captain, what we doing?"
He knows the drill, dude. All right, Captain. Yeah,
So-
dude. How did it feel steering the ship, man? This is what, your second year hosting?
This was the 3rd year hosting.
Okay,
This was the best year. I think we got our rhythm this year.
Okay, cool. Do you like steering the ship? Do you like being the captain of this family get together now?
I do. I really do. you know, we had 45 people.
Yeah, and what, half of those are family, more than half's family?
Between my side, my family and Mary Beth's family, people that were not related by blood or marriage was 10.
10. Okay.
I think
Okay.
10 or so.
That's really awesome, dude. I'm really proud of you for keeping it going, because how long have the Oxenfords been doing this before you took over? I mean,
so this was actually a Stewart family.
okay,
thing.
I'm sorry. Stuart, that's right.
But of course, my pawpaw could. Dad, Sean asked Dad that this week, and he said as long as he can remember.
Jeez.
That
So at least, how long have they been married? 40, 50 years now?
Mom and Dad,
Yeah.
76, so 49.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
So here's the thing. So the way it always worked, for whatever reason, the Stewart family and the Biles family over in Jackson, tight knit families, like they had my grandmother had double first cousins.
Okay.
Tight knit family.
Yeah.
Tight knit families. So
the apple didn't fall far at all. Got caught on the way down.
You know, not there. I mean, it was all legit, but you know, no weirdness going on. Well, but,
I mean, you say double first cousins. That sounds weird.
Well, because two brothers married two sisters.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you.
Is how it worked. And anyway, tight knit family. So, but the Stewart side, so the Biles it was the Biles family reunion. I think we've covered this before. But the Stewarts always ended up hosting it and cooking.
Right.
So at some point, and then that was on the first Sunday of the of July. Right. And at some point, somebody decided, you know what, we're not busy enough, so we're going to cook a hog and fry fish on the 4th. Now, there's been times where it's lined up and been the same day. You've left cooking hog and eating pig and go eat catfish, or you've started the
same day,
or is like this weekend it's falling on this next year it falls on a Saturday. So you would go Saturday night, eat the fish, then go cook the hog all night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So your fish is your fuel for cooking that hog all night long.
On some of that, well, that and probably a whole lot of, ain't no telling how many gallons of beer has been consumed by that family.
Cooking a hog. Yeah.
I could account for about 6 or 7.
I think we talked about it. Do they do the open flame or do they do underground? How do they do it?
Above ground pit. In ground pit. It's either a dug pit or a brick pit, depending on the year.
Okay, but it's not covered up.
It's not really covered, and then you put the coals under. You got a fire over here, and you're taking the coals,
right?
You're putting them under the pig.
Them. Yeah.
So all night you got somebody working.
Right.
So,
God, it's got to take a lot of wood.
But yeah, it takes a whole hickory tree. We would cut a hickory tree between Memorial Day and Memorial Day-ish.
Let it dry out.
Let it dry just enough to where it's still a little green. And I know people say, you can't smoke on green. Can if you know what you're doing. Because we've done it.
Yeah. A little bit of green is nice. A little bit of green is nice.
If you use dry, it will take so much wood. You can't do it on one tree. I mean, you are working all night.
It'll rip through it.
It'll rip through it. The coals won't last. I mean, you're not directly cooking it over the fire. You're using the coals. So there's a difference. It don't sour the taste.
Now, is there a reason why you go with wood coals over charcoal?
Because when they started in the 1920s, they didn't have charcoal.
Right. And you just kept it that way.
Yeah. You ain't gonna cook a hog over charcoal.
I was just curious. I've never been in charge of cooking a hog.
blasphemy are you?
I've never been in charge of it, so I was just curious.
Golly.
God forbid I come in here and talk about charcoal, which was actually invented in what, the 30s? Wait, when was charcoal?
Would you like to get into that?
Well, it was Henry
get into
Ford's
that.
son-in-law, right?
That
Started Kingsford Charcoal.
Yeah, and they were trying to figure out what to do with leftover wood from building the Model A,
right,
or Model T maybe, and so
Yeah,
they started
Model
making charcoal out of it.
right. He basically threw his son-in-law a bone. He was like, "Here you go, burn this wood down and sell charcoal."
Yeah, and
and then they started getting compressed into briquettes and all that. And,
and here we are.
Yeah.
4 million chemicals later.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to our listeners. I've got something has been stopping my nose up here lately, and I cannot put my finger on it exactly what it is. So
you sound fine. You sound.
I've tried to. I can. It's weird. I can sleep good in the bedroom, and I can walk into the living room, and my nose goes locks up.
Weird.
So
that's real weird. You got any indoor plants?
Do we have plants? I'm sure we got plants. We got more plants than we know what to do with it. But let's get into because we've gone down the history of the. Let's just get into a review of our weekend.
Yeah, it's shake and bake time, dude.
It's shake and bake time. Let's do this. So, what'd you do?
Oh, me first. We had a little cul-de-sac shindig here, man. We really took it easy. What we wound up saying was like we invited a little bit of Catherine's family over, and I was basically like, "Look, the grill's gonna be going. Y'all bring your own meat." You know what I'm saying? And the cul-de-sac's gonna be open if y'all want to bring your own fireworks. You know what I mean? And just kind of hosted a couple of families over, and of course the neighbors joined in, both sides. Chef was over, and the other neighbors, and so we had a great time, man. And it was pretty low key. The kids got to do sparklers and poppets and those fun little kid things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we didn't do any fireworks really. Besides that, and just cooked burgers, dogs, kebabs. You know, everybody brought plenty of stuff. We had the potato salad, the coleslaw. We had the whole nine. You know, we had the spread. It was good. It was relaxing. It wasn't too hectic. The kids spent most of the time outside.
Where they belong.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So that's been a struggle. It gets harder every year, it seems like, to keep these kids outside.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, we're lucky because we got kids that will play outside.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't.
That's true. They won't even go out. Some people have kids that won't even go outside.
So we of course, we've hit on it. We hosted the fish fry, which is our third year doing it. We had about 45 people at the house. We had a 40-minute long fireworks show.
That's awesome. That's super impressive.
Yes.
40 minutes long rivals a lot of local towns and cities around here.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I am working on building the finale for next year because we need a good finale. But
do you guys build the whole board out and everything? Like, do you do the plywood with the? No. You don't do all that, and like screwing stuff in and setting it all up. And
no, it's like, okay, there's the stack. Kill it.
Kill it. Now, does Charlie have free reign over this? Is it Charlie's responsibility?
Yes. Okay, so this year we had another family bring some fireworks too, so it was him and them up there together.
Okay.
So you had about 6. You had people running fireworks. You had, you know, people lighting fireworks, trying to figure out which ones go next.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes a crew to run the fireworks the way we run it.
Yeah, for sure. Teamwork makes the dream work, dude.
But it's basically, here's the stack of fireworks. Figure out which one you think is going to be the best finale.
Yeah. And
then run through the stack.
Nice. Now, what was the best food option you had there?
It was catfish.
Oh, that's right. It was a fish fry. That's right.
Was there any
sides that stood out to you?
You know what? I didn't really eat that much.
Oh, no way. You didn't cheat that much?
No, I cheated,
Oh,
but
you
I
cheated.
didn't eat. I didn't eat that much. Man,
Oh, I cheated.
and you know, you're cooking 17 pounds of catfish fillets that are cut into strips.
Yeah.
There's going to be a few that get sampled while you're cooking.
They have to.
Have to. So
Yeah. You gotta make sure they're coming out okay.
yeah. Now we use my grandmother's recipe on the hush puppies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another tradition we're keeping alive. So Mary Beth was gifted the recipe by my grandmother.
Oh.
So she's got the recipe. And we actually work off a copy of it. We've got the original put up somewhere.
Safekeeping.
Yeah. So we do that. Hush puppies turned out great this year. Fish was pretty good. We used a different seasoning this year, and it turned out better. So we're on that seasoning from now. Because we used to use Zatarans, but we'd have to doctor it up.
Mm-hmm.
And we got this other kind, and we didn't have to doctor it up. I'm like, this is awesome.
So are you not going to spill the beans? Can you not reveal the secret?
What?
What seasoning did you use?
You
don't even remember what it was.
No, I got it. I took a picture of it because I knew I'd forget.
Oh, okay.
It's
What's better than Zatarans?
Louisiana fish fry, seasoned fish fry.
There you go.
It's better because it's already got the salt ratio right, and it's actually a little bit coarser ground.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it tastes more like what you'd get in a catfish restaurant.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So, but I got to tell you, we've been kicking around the idea of whether we have music with the fireworks or not.
Yeah.
And Mary Beth's like, we're having music next year.
Mm-hmm.
Period. But we're sitting there, and when we spread out kind of to watch the fireworks, kind of families kind of get in their own little group, and they got their little spots that pretty much they sit in every year that they've been coming. Well, we had a military family, which is one of Charlie's families, or friends that they brought, the Harbinsons, and I'm sitting there watching fireworks, and faintly I could hear Toby singing, and I'm like, "No, is that Toby Keith? Somebody's playing Toby Keith on their phone."
Did you think it was your imagination?
I thought it was my imagination. I'm like, I don't know what.
Am I just so used to seeing fireworks with
Right.
Oh, courtesy of the red,
white, and blue. And I'm like, I heard that, and I'm like, somebody's playing Toby Keith. And then I hear a little bit of, I'm proud to be an American. I'm
Lee
like,
Greenwood.
I'm like, am I tripping? What is going on? And anyway, it was over, and I was like, hey, was y'all playing music?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's not fireworks without Toby Keith and Lee Greenwood. I was like, all right.
That's hilarious. I mean, I'll agree with him on the Lee Greenwood at least. I'll give him that.
I know you're not a fan of that song, and
I added it to the playlist. Did you look at it?
I've been looking at the
put
playlist.
It on there because I know how people get about that Toby Keith song. They feel like they have to hear it on 4th of July, even though I didn't even play it at 4th of July. As a matter of fact, I did not play it.
You didn't turn it on?
Totally forgot. I played it the next day. I played it Saturday night when we were all hanging out playing poker.
So there, there's different veterans that feel differently about that song.
Yes.
And this family they love that song.
They're a Toby Keith fan.
That they love that song.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, that's okay. Everyone's allowed to have flaws. You know what I'm saying?
But we, as a party, listened to on iHeartRadio, the Floribama has a station.
No.
And it's the same station that plays continuously on loop in their bar.
At the bar? No way.
The bar. And the parts of the bar that don't have a stage playing at the time or whatever, it's the house music for the bar.
No way.
You talk about the absolute best playlist that has ever been compiled.
Is it the best cross between like hip hop, country, rock,
hip hop, country, rock, everything? There was in 1 hour, I heard, because we were listening to it in the pool last night. In 1 hour, I heard Pitbull, George Strait, Clint Black, Willie Nelson, Morgan Wallen, Miranda Lambert, the Allman Brothers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just this. There was some
Skinner. Did you hear any Skinner?
I didn't hear any Skinner last. I heard some Jimmy Buffett.
Okay.
There might have been some. Yeah, there was some Skinner in there, but it wasn't like Freebird. It was some good songs.
Like
I mean, Freebird's a good song.
Or Curtis Lowe.
No. What's that?
Play me a song.
But it's the vibe of this radio station is I'll play it at night at work. We'll listen to it at night at work.
Yeah, on the speaker tonight.
It's just holy cow. You're like, man, 90s alternative was in there.
Nice, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this mixture of all, because the bar's been open since 1964.
Right.
So you've got this cross country, popish, rockish, cross section of music that's like unbelievable.
Did they play any Gloria Estefan?
Not that I'm paid attention to.
Okay, I've been on a real Gloria Estefan kick lately.
Really?
Yeah. Underrated, dude. Underrated artist.
Yeah. But I mean, it's probably we've swapped
Bonnie
out
Raitt?
I'm sure there was some Bonnie Raitt.
You probably heard some Bonnie Raitt. There is Bonnie Raitt on the playlist for sure.
Yeah. I don't think I heard the same song twice all weekend.
That's awesome. I need
to answer this phone call right quick.
Okay.
Hello.
Over here at Hills, how are you?
I'm good.
Just wanted to call and let you know that F250 was ready for pickup.
All right, I'll come pick it up in a few. Thank you.
We'll see you in a little bit.
All right, bye. You can leave that in there or not. It's getting the tires rotated.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. A mechanic takes his tires to get rotated. You hear that, people?
I can't balance.
I'm leaving this in. I am leaving this in. You ought to feel ashamed of yourself, man.
I'm not ashamed. I can't balance tires.
You don't need no tire balance this early. There ain't no way them tires are out of balance. If they're out of balance now, they were out of balance off the lot.
Look, this the new tires and wheels.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did.
There might be a little shake at 90.
Oh, 90.
But look, if you want
get much more picky than that,
if you want the life of your tire to last, you want to get those things rotated at 5,000 miles, especially a big tire like that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Even a mechanic takes his tires to get rotated.
Yeah, I got to do the oil change tomorrow.
You're going to do that?
I'm going to do the oil change.
Okay. So you had a good celebration of 249 for America, huh?
249 years of America.
Yeah, you celebrated America.
Well. We're getting pumped up for 250,
dude.
And as a show, we're not going to cover it every week. I ain't going to tell you that we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to keep you updated in some of the celebrations that's going to be going on over the next year, because it's going to be incredible.
It's going to be big, dude. We've got to talk about for just a little while. What I'm super excited about is the UFC fight that was announced on White House grounds.
Dude.
Do you know how happy I am about that? It's a Saturday night. It's perfect. That's when the UFC always has their fights, is on Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's perfect, Chucker. Like, holy smokes. Think about the matchups they could have, dude. Melania versus Michelle. Come
Elon
on,
versus
dude.
Trump.
Elon versus Trump, if they're still hating on each other.
Look, we're trying to keep men.
Hillary versus Monica.
Dude. We're trying to keep men out of women's sports. We can't have Michelle fight Melania.
Okay, Hillary and Monica need to go at it, dude.
I mean, yeah, Hillary.
Monica has a chance because she's got the youth advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she could probably put the beat down on Hillary now.
But Hillary's evil.
Yeah, we want Monica Lewinsky to beat the snot.
It's hard
out
to
of
beat.
Dude. No offense.
But
dude, they could they could let Zerhan out of prison and let RFK Jr. fight him.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Is it going to be a full card?
I would think so. It sounds. Look, John Jones, who is a lot of people's number one MMA fighter of all time. He recently retired, like a few weeks ago retired. They announced this fight at the White House, and he re-enters the testing pool so that he can get back on the UFC roster and start getting drug tested again. So, I mean, Conor McGregor's talking about it. He wants to fight at it. I mean, Conor hasn't fought in years. He's kind of, in my opinion, a little bit washed up, but he brings eyeballs. And this is going to be a big spectacle. One thought that I did have, though, is how pumped and excited I am about a UFC event being at the White House, right? But think about all the other countries that have probably had like boxing matches and wrestling matches and all these other like combat sports in their palaces or in their castles or wherever, like the king or the you know what I'm saying? The president, like wherever he lives, like pretty much every other country already does this type of thing, has some sort of combat sport in the private residence of the official leader. You know what I'm saying? Of the country.
Dating back centuries.
Yeah.
Are there any British UFC stars?
There's several. Yeah. There's one right now, and this would be perfect for John Jones to come back for because he retired as the undisputed heavyweight champion. And at that point, the interim champion, who was Tom Aspinall, he's from England. He was given the undisputed belt. So right now, Tom Aspinall from England is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in the UFC.
Well, it needs, I mean, if we're going to have a fight like that, it kind of needs to be lopsided to where America will win.
Dude, it would be John Jones' greatest test up till now, I think, because this guy's much younger and much heavier. But then there's also guys like Leon Edwards is another guy from England. He was the middleweight champion or the welterweight champion just a couple of years ago. I mean, there are some stars. Paddy Pimblett is another one. I think the new lightweight champion, Ilia Topuria, he's from Spain. If he can fight a couple of more fights, I don't know. They could line it up with some English guys on the card against Americans. They could make it happen. Conor versus Michael Chandler, he's an American. Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, that's been in the works for years now, and that could actually have fruition. So you got Ireland versus America. I mean,
we really didn't have a beef with Ireland, but
no, but we allowed a lot of them in and treated them like crap.
Yeah. So there could be some vengeance there, but I want to see like America versus Britain.
They could figure it out. Dude. John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, I think, would be huge.
Is there any Iranian fighters?
Oh, I'm sure.
We could get the whole like
off the top of my head
Rocky IV vibe going on.
Well, there's tons of Russians.
We could do that.
There's tons of Russians. Like the Dagestanis there's tons of those guys in the UFC right now for sure.
Okay. Well, dude, that's one thing we're looking forward to.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
I'm hoping that there's gonna be some 250 events in each state to where maybe not on the 4th, but people can go to it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
like
sure there's
they need to do something at the national parks, man. Like the national parks at the something like that. You know what I mean?
I think the national park system is national.
They're open on 4th of July.
Yeah, they are. How do you spell national? Dadgummit. All right, so the parks they turned 100 in 2016. So they'll
Okay.
be 110 this year.
110. Yeah. 110
Yeah.
this coming year. Yeah, next year.
So
That's awesome.
um,
Kind of a
Yeah,
big
they-
celebration for them too.
yeah, it'd be really cool to celebrate a big celebration of America at the Indian Mounds of Macon.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd love it.
I would too, but I'm pretty sure there's some Indians that would not
Yeah.
love it at all.
Listen.
Uh,
Listen. It's a bright red stain on America's history. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't feel bad about it. I hate that it happened.
we conquered. We did what people do.
Not we.
We
The European settlers.
Yeah, I mean we're European descent.
We the
John.
whites.
I mean you're deep European. You got that
Dude.
whole freaking Polish last name going on.
I'm all European. I'm actually 42% English myself.
Oh, well, you got that Cherokee blood in you because you're Southern.
That's what I'm told.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
No.
We ready for a quick ad break real quick, man?
Yeah, let's do that ad break.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We're about to get into the rest of the show. And yeah, so if you want to buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to get wild. There was some explosions this weekend.
Sure were, man. Sure were.
So
All over, too.
we didn't cover why I got Captain Grumpy. That's my new name, evidently.
We need to talk about that real quick. How did you get the nickname Captain Grumpy?
So Grumpy's what Mary Beth has decided that she's going to get Chloe to call me.
Does that make you happy?
I love it.
Really?
And I think it's freaking hilarious because the girls like it because they think they've known Grumpy Chuck.
Right. Sure.
And some people's like, why? Chuck's not that grumpy. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
At home is a different Chuck, probably, right?
So, and then my cousin Kim, she captioned a picture Captain Grumpy.
Nice.
Because I had my captain's hat on. So that's it. From now on, Captain Grumpy's Fish Fry and Fireworks Extravaganza.
Dude. It sounds like a roadside stand that you should have.
You know,
It sounds like you should be selling fried fish and fireworks at a roadside stand.
dude, that sounds like a great idea. Oh, we got to talk about the pizza too. I added to the pizza list this weekend. I ate at this little pizza place in so this makes 31 mom and pop pizza places.
Oh my gosh, Chuck, you're racking them up, dude.
It was in Macon.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest it. It's a pretty decent pizza for what it is because everything is canned. It is like getting a Chef Boyardee box pizza from the grocery store, taking it home and making it. The sauce is the same, everything's the same, but they pull it off. Somehow they pull it off.
Would you rather have a school pizza?
I would love to have a school pizza right now. Dude,
The French bread pizza. You remember those?
Dude, I would love to have a school pizza right now.
Those French bread pizzas they used to serve us, dude. Did you get those?
Yeah. No, we got the square ones. Just the
Oh,
square, make it out on a big pan and cut squares.
Yeah, they just buy a bunch of French rolls for us and like cut them in half and what is that? A little bit of marinara and cheese on top, and serve that.
This sauce was the dipping sauce that they gave us for the breadsticks were pretty much just a little bit lumpier than ketchup.
Oh,
but I don't know why it was so good. Of course, I hadn't ate all day either. But it's called Ingleside Village Pizza. So Ingleside Village is like the first suburban type shopping center in the Macon area in the 50s. Mm-hmm. So it's like Little 5 Points light.
Nice.
It's got a little eclectic feel to it.
Yeah.
Not quite as cool as Little 5, but it was good. It's not far from the big house. So if you decide you want to go to the big house, Ingleside's like 3 blocks away.
Oh, sweet. So it's close, within walking distance from the big house.
It'd be a long walk.
Yeah.
I'm sure the brothers walked there.
I'm sure they did. Smoked a J on the way.
Yeah, man. We're going down there to Ingleside. We got to go get something at the gas station and then probably get something, brother. Hey, man, when you come back, you think you could bring some eggs? Yeah, man. I got you some eggs. Why you need eggs? We're out of eggs. Oh, okay.
You actually kind of sound like Michael Madsen right there. You know how sometimes he would just kind of grunt talk under his breath sometimes.
Yeah. So we've got a RIP this week. We hadn't been hit. There's been so many celebrity deaths. We haven't really been hitting on them, but this one hit.
Yeah, this one's a rough one, dude.
Michael Madsen passed away, and he's in so many movies that. First off, the hit.
Yep.
I mean, everybody's seen it. John Travolta, Trading Paint.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a dirt late model movie. Probably only dirt people have sat through the whole movie. He plays the villain in it. He's kind of got the Scott Blomqvist look going on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
But
I might have to check it out.
He was in The Natural. He was in the Doors movie.
Yeah.
He was in Free Willies. Yeah. All of them. All the Free Willies.
Dude, Free Willy, man.
Hateful. He was big in the Quentin Tarantino verse.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because he's a phenomenal actor. Reservoir Dogs,
Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time, Kill Bill's Volume 1 and 2.
Right.
He was in Thelma and Louise, which I still haven't seen.
I have no idea.
He was in Donnie Brasco, which if you want a cool podcast to listen to, go check out The Real Donnie Brasco on Joe Rogan last week.
Yeah, that's true.
But my favorite character he played was the gent in Hell Ride.
Yeah, of course. Of course it is. You are all about the scooters. And
that's my favorite motorcycle that's ever been in a movie.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it better than Captain America bike in Easy Rider.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, I'm kind of shocked.
I like Billy's bike anyway in Easy Rider better than I like Captain America. But it's one of my top movie cars that I like. And his character, the gent, is just so cool in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays a great character.
Does he fall under the character actor, or is he just playing himself in every movie?
He certainly has like the same tone and like connotation. Like you won't see him put on an accent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not going to see it.
You know the little dance he has to do in Reservoir Dogs?
Yes. Oh, it's terrifying.
He made that up on the spot.
Oh,
he didn't want to do a dance.
Sadistic, dude.
He didn't want to do a dance, and they kept going through practice, and he wouldn't do the dance. He wouldn't do a dance, and he finally asked Quentin. He's like, what song's going to be playing? And Quentin tells him, he goes, okay, well, maybe if I have the music, I can do it.
It was stuck in the middle with you, right?
I think so. And
pretty sure.
so they play it the next time through, and that was one take.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's such a creepy because he's about to cut off the guy's ear.
Yeah, and the whole thing with the ear where he goes, "Hey, can you hear me now?"
Yeah.
That was improvised.
Oh. That's so good, dude. That's so good.
So,
that guy is, one of the all-time greats, man. He will definitely be missed. His talents will be missed.
Very, very talented actor. You don't see him on the cover of hardly any of the movies he's in.
Yeah, he doesn't absorb that spotlight. He doesn't stand in that spotlight like some other actors do. You know what I mean?
He's on the cover of Hellride, but pretty much everybody in the movie is on the cover of that one.
Sure.
But yeah, that one's gonna be a miss one. I might have to throw one of his movies on this week and just check it out. Then, dude, we had freaking 4 boats explode in North Georgia and North Alabama over the weekend.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
Probably fuel leaks.
Probably fuel leaks. Is this just due to bad maintenance? What is it? What?
I believe so.
Come on, people. If you're going to have the boats, you got to care for them.
The 3 major lakes in north of Atlanta, Notley, Lanier, and Altoona all had a boat explode.
Oh, my gosh.
I imagine that probably happens every weekend, but there wasn't much other news to talk about.
Well, the flooding in Texas.
Well, yeah, you had the flood in Texas. Dude, that's sad on a whole nother level.
Dude, I try to watch some of the news updates, but as soon as they start showing pictures of the kids, I lose it. I got to turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I'm just not that guy. I don't think I could do search and rescue in that sort of situation.
But they got out there quick.
Yeah, I was meaning to. I've been wanting to find out what the response has been like out there.
They said Trump said as soon as he found out, what do you need? And they said Black Hawks and people to rescue, search, and he sent it. Boom, just like that. Wow. So here's the latest update. I'm reading the headline from ABC News. Texas flooding, live update, 87 dead, 11 still missing from Camp Mystic. So they were at church camp, dude. I just sent Charlie off to church camp for the summer church camp today. Yeah. I mean, I was like, and they're on the river. I'm like, hey, keep an eye on that.
We got any rainstorms coming in? Yeah, it's really sad, man. I know there was a Georgia state representative that sent his daughter out there for church camp, all the way out there. She was attending, and I mean, just the whole thing is sad. I mean, the river rising. Some areas it rose 20 feet in 45 minutes. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Even if you get to a bus and get on it, good luck. Yeah, good luck. You'll probably be found in that bus. You know what I'm saying? That's how dangerous that type of flooding is, dude. Yeah, flash floods don't play, and this was in the Texas Hill Country, so it's the closest thing that they got to mountains. Right. So that water just came rushing down off them hills. Man. Yeah. Ugh. I've never been to Texas or the Hill Country. I imagine it's probably like down around Thomaston. Yeah. Pine Mountain, Thomaston area. Yeah. Macon that has is it Macon that has like a tiny bit of mountains? Yeah, Macon's got some hills. Mountains up there. Yeah. So yeah, our thoughts and prayers definitely with those folks. It's terrible. Also, man, we had at Sonoa, we had a car get into the stands. We did. That's a local tragedy right there. And I watched the videos of that, and it's just tragic, man. The way that car comes up and those fans where they were standing. Yeah. Yikes. Onlookers, spectators, I should say. Yeah. Now the fence did its job for the most part. The car. It kept it out of the grandstands itself. Right. I mean, you're not technically supposed to be standing up there. Is that correct?
technically you're not supposed to be right on the fence.
I'm not trying to say these guys are at fault. I'm just
now, that it was a friend of ours that actually got hurt, Keith West, one of our racing buddies.
And wasn't his son racing that night? Didn't I hear
his son was racing that night in 602. We used to race against him when Charlie first started. I think Charlie ran one race against him in hobby and then one race against his son in hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sold the hobby car and moved up.
I got you.
So,
that sucks, man. I know he's hurting. I know that.
Man, on top of that, today's his dad's funeral.
Oh, geez. So he's sitting in the hospital right now.
No,
probably.
he's going to be able to go.
Oh, wow.
From what I understand, he's going to be able to go.
Wow. Now, did he have? I know he broke a couple of ribs. He broke a leg, I think.
Broke a leg, got a concussion.
Punctured a lung or bruised a lung, something like that.
Lung.
Bruised a lung, and he had a concussion. I don't doubt it. That was a hard tumble that guy took, man.
Yeah, it was. It went out. And I heard this from a corner. It went out on the radio as a mass casualty event.
Oh, wow.
You know, race car in the stands. You don't know, first glance, you don't know what's happening.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, it was definitely just one of them. Golly, it's one of them freak things.
Now, as a racer and as a father and as a spectator there at the racetrack, what does this put in a perspective for you? Does this change anything for you? Do you think Sonoya should change anything? I mean, your son races on that track. You know, you stand up there by that fence in that area. Like, what do you see changing from your actions, and do you see anything changing from Sonoya?
Well, if you're on the fence like that, you've got to be eyes moving. You know, you've got to be, for one, that spot's always been a little freaky to me where that one went out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're coming out of the corner. So, you know, where we usually sit, the cars are diving into the corner. It could happen there, but it's less likely. Coming out of the corner, the car's coming up the track anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And centrifugal motion is going to throw it towards the wall.
Right.
That one was a right front wheel, just happened to climb the wall and the car got up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they're going to look at that, probably back those stands up that are right there a little bit and say a no standing zone.
Okay. Put up a couple of signs or something.
Yeah.
No standing near the fence. Stand back 10 feet or whatever.
So, but yeah, man, our thoughts are definitely with them today. They got a lot going on. Yeah. I was just talking to him Saturday morning. He was live on TikTok, and I was conversating a little bit with him. So,
oh man,
yeah, definitely a scary thing. Another scary thing is Cheyenne was getting ready to go to fireworks down in Sanford, and I had saw a report. I talked to her yesterday. I was like, or Saturday one. I said, Cheyenne, were y'all at the fireworks show when the barge exploded? She goes, no, we were gonna go, but so they had their fireworks all set up on a barge, right?
Yeah,
out in the St. Johns River.
Okay,
and lightning struck it.
No way.
Yeah,
and it exploded all the fireworks. She's like, we heard two big boom boom. Whoa, dude!
Because they're only a half mile from the river.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Oh my gosh. I bet that was terrifying.
If he was up close, she's like, we thought it was thunder.
Was anyone on the barge?
I don't know.
They haven't said.
I haven't heard that much, and Cheyenne hadn't said so. But
man, that is crazy. What are the odds, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, in Florida, that's the lightning strike capital of the world.
True.
But yeah, I mean, it's still a crazy thing.
Yeah.
All the things that could have struck down there, and it struck the doggone barge that was full of fireworks.
That is insane, man. That's insane. Well, it was an action-packed weekend, dude. We have covered a ton of things, man. Giving everybody the updates. let's start wrapping this baby up, dude. Do you have a reaction video for me this week, Chucker?
I do. If you'll pull that up and watch it, you can probably relate to this one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because you got kids this age or close to it.
All right, here we go.
You bought 7 cars on Amazon. 7 ride-on cars on Amazon. You spent over $3,000 on Amazon today. How did you do that? You are in so much trouble.
7 ride-on cars. Oh my gosh. There that kid is, just going to town.
Just going to town, ordering stuff.
Just going to town. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh, dude. What would you do, Chucker?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Amazon's got a pretty good return policy.
They do. Luckily, have a pretty good return policy.
I would, golly, though.
31 items, 7 ride-on cars, dude. He was gonna have a different car every day of the week.
Yeah, that kid was gonna be big pimping in the neighborhood.
That's awesome.
7 ride-on cars.
Oh man, that's a great reaction video. I'm so glad my kids haven't done that. My mom's done that on Ambien before. Not purchased 7 ride-on cars, but she's definitely spent a couple $1,000s on Amazon and then woke up the next day and been like, "What?"
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to send you this. This isn't a meme, but
Okay.
you've got to get this for the cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Or I think your neighbor works at Costco. They can pick it up.
Yeah, we have the miniature version of this. We have like the tiny game version of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that
it's,
thing's awesome, isn't it?
It's a big outside Tetris game you can play.
Isn't that so much fun?
Yes, and every time it'd fall over, I thought somebody was falling in the fire. Might have been a little too close to the grease.
Yeah, we have the big plastic Connect 4, outdoor Connect 4.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
fun too.
That one's pretty good.
Man, I was trying to find the
good stuff.
perfect meme.
Oh, it doesn't have to be the perfect meme. Just make it the meme of the week.
Okay, this is the meme of the week. Some people will get this, some people won't.
Pulling it up. Cilantro in his porn. Yeah. Do you have that? Do you have that that gene mutation? Are you that mutant where you
No.
taste soap instead of cilantro?
No, I like the way cilantro tastes.
Me too. Me too. I
Cheyenne
love
does. She
cilantro.
goes, I sent it to her. She goes, that's exactly what it tastes like.
No.
Yeah.
Cheyenne is a mutant?
Well, yeah. I mean, but
Brother,
yeah,
You need,
yeah,
to,
she-
you need to do some testing over there. She got
Dude.
any six toes or anything like that?
no, she's got normal number of toes and normal.
She's not
all that.
polydactyl.
Not polydact. She's got all her toes. Polydactyl. Is that related to a pterodactyl?
Yeah, sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, it just means having an extra digit.
Yeah.
Lots of people have it.
Lots of people have it.
It's been a great show, man. Episode 204 is now in the books, brother.
It's done, ladies and gentlemen.
It is done. Shout out to the Eating Chambers channel on YouTube. Make sure you check them out. Chef Drew is putting out new segments all the time. He's got new shorts out. He's got new videos out, full-length videos. You check out his channel. It's incredible.
Oh, I got some trivia for you.
Go ahead.
In the movie Sandlot,
Mhm.
what was the one night a year they could have a night game?
Was it 4th of July?
It was 4th of July.
Oh, heck yeah.
Go back and go look up that sequence and just watch it, man. It'll make you so nostalgic for being a kid. I think that's what it is about 4th of July.
Yeah.
is we all revert back to that kid in awe of the fireworks.
Yeah. That's true. Look, I read this real life Sandlot movie. And I'm going to try to find it real quick. But it's basically this guy bought a house. Yeah. It's in Minnesota, I think. Yeah, this guy bought a house next to a baseball field. And all these foul balls and things keep rolling into his yard. And he's keeping them. Every time there's a game, if he can't be there, he gets his dad to come out and sit guard. And they just collect the baseballs and won't give them back.
What the heck?
It's a real life Sandlot, dude. And like they have hundreds of baseballs at this point. And like the coaches had to go to the local news and be like, this guy's costing us like $6 to $10 a ball. Like we're going broke over here trying to support this guy who keeps keeping our balls. But as soon as they touch his property, he won't give them back.
Is he mad because there's a field there, or is he just?
I guess. But he just bought the place next to the field. Like the field had been there.
Oh my God, dude! People are
going on for a couple of years now.
People are so strange about how they treat stuff like that.
Oh, this story had me cracking up. Like this guy, I mean, he takes himself way too seriously.
Yeah. Did you ever play baseball in a vacant lot?
Of course.
We had some fields behind our house, and the guy that owned them was nice enough to let us play. And we would just get back there and just play baseball in the back in that field. It was a hay field. So we kind of only had like knocked down the base path.
Oh, nice.
So if you didn't catch the pop up, you're out there spending 15 minutes looking for it,
Like a golf ball in the rough. You can't even see it.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, hold on. Ground rule. We had ground rule double there, buddy.
Oh.
We've got to go find the ball.
Stuck in the rough.
Across the little road that come into the field, that was a home run.
That is hilarious.
There was only like 3 of us playing at any given time.
Right.
So one pitcher, one batter, and somebody in the field.
Yeah.
So,
my elementary school actually had a kickball field. So we would go and play on that kickball field all the time. We played baseball, kickball, whatever. You know what I mean?
Dude, there's just something fun about being a kid and playing a random baseball game.
Oh, for sure, dude. It doesn't get much better.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much better. Good
all
times.
right, yo.
Man.
Hey, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and lakes that you used to.
Preach.